Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I am so excited to bring this to you. This is the Ramen toy Machina Red Gullwing with M.A.S.K. This of course is their version of a M.A.S.K Thunderhawk and mat tracker straight out of the 80s. Box definitely reminiscent of what we got in the 80s. It is nostalgia like I couldn't believe when I got this thing and opened it up. Awesome. On the front, you've got the product shots, you've got the mask, you've got M.A.S.K. Beautiful artwork. Going around to the back, you've got the product shots. I'm trying to reduce the glare as much as possible. Going over the different aspects of the vehicle mode. Looks fantastic. On the bottom, you do have mat tracker, or the M.A.S.K.'s head and mask, wings, and just showing these articulated figure. And on the other side, picture of the bomb bay, bombs, and the dash. But probably the best part of this package is the flip open front with the bubble inside. You got the blueprints straight out of the cartoon. Looks amazing. And it's magnetized. It's awesome. I know that we're no longer going to be able to get this package because they received a cease and desist, but I'm super excited that I was able to add it to my collection. The box is definitely a keeper, but we're not here for boxes, right? Let's go ahead and get into it. Right out of the box, first thing you're going to notice, he does come with a set of instructions. Nicely illustrated on paper, somewhat reminiscent of what we got in the 80s. Pay attention because there are some steps here that you want to follow. For example, folding it up, it says to push here and not on the sides of the doors. And proper step to put the fin or the tail in is to push down on the tail and then push in on the bumper. So you want to make sure you do that in order, just to avoid having any potential issues down the road with the vehicle. Does come with the mini comic, which is actually pretty neat. First flight of the Gullwing, and it's pretty nice that they included it. It's got some great illustrations in it, and it leaves you to think that there's definitely more to come when you read it. But this isn't going to be offered anymore, so if you do have it, I do recommend keep it safe, keep it somewhere where it won't get damaged. Comes with a pretty nice flight stand, to be honest. You got the Ramen toy logo here in the middle. You've got 3 different arms used for the flight stand, 2 with flat surfaces and 1 with a ball. Overall, it does a really good job of holding it up when it's flying. Nothing to complain about, and it's very nice that they threw it in. It comes with 2 of these bombs. Painted white and red, as you can see. Nicely sculpted. To use the bombs, simply flip the switch on the bottom and drop them in. They are gravity fed. It closes up nicely, spring loaded. And to drop them, just pull the lever. They come out perfectly every time. It comes with 2 missiles or different style bombs. Sadly, they don't fit in the bottom of the car, so I do believe that these are meant for the retro vehicle, the original, not this modern release from Ramen Toys. It's pretty neat that they included them. Just they're done nicely in silver. In the package separately, it does come with 2 side view mirrors. They're done really nicely. They've got a reflective surface on them, but the pegs are very small. And to be honest, they don't peg in very well. They just simply go in to this hole right here. And you want to be careful, but they don't really lock. So it might be something that you want to glue later. For the most part, they stay pretty good. Comes with a helmet for Mads. Done nicely in gray plastic with red highlights, and I love the metallic blue in the visor. I think it looks fantastic. Definitely reminiscent of what we had in the 80s. We have Mads Hawking himself, their version of Matt Tracker. Taking a close look, I do really like that they didn't paint the eyes. To me, the dots that they were going to use would have just looked weird and awkward. So I'm glad they stuck with the original design. You got yellow for the hair. Looks really good. They're done extremely well as far as paint and sculpt. Head does rotate. You've got white, brown, and silver on top of gray. Looks really good. Shoulders can go up to there. Do a full 360. The joints are really tight, so if you want them to stay that way, don't move around too much, but they work fine now. You do have elbow bend, which will get you shy of 90 degrees, just shy. You do have rotation on the arm, just above the elbow. Hands don't bend or rotate, but do have nice red accents there on the gloves and on the suit. Coming down to the waist, you do have waist rotation. You do have movable hips, so they can go out about that far. I'm not going to push it anymore. I'm sure you could probably get it more if you wanted to. They do rotate on the hips. You have 90 degrees worth of bend, and they will go forward actually quite a bit considering. Back about that far unless you push it, but overall pretty decent, and definitely an homage to the original figures. And he will stand just fine. You can bring in the helmet, and that fits perfectly. Definitely looks like the original character. I think it's well done. And that brings us to the Gullwing. And I have to say, Ramen Toy did an amazing job. Let's take a look. So you got red plastic throughout, but the purple, black, and yellow are tampo. They're not stickers. They look really good. Goodyear on the tires, which that itself is surprising, but it's really neat. The wheels are made of rubber. You've got the silver for the rims, and if you look inside, you do see the workings of the brakes. Looks fantastic. Tampo for the side marker light. Here we've got the mirrors again. Just be careful. As you can see, they do move around. But like I said, I may very well end up gluing it. Clear for the windows. You got the detailed in fuel tank. Come to the rear. More of that tampo on what will be the rear tail. Lens covers that are clear over red, gold, silver, and black, which look really nice. Both sides. Silver for the bumper, and that goes all the way around for the trim kit. Looks awesome. Here you got the reflective of the mirror. You got door handles detailed in. Looks fantastic. Coming to the front, you've got clear over ember for the marker lights, and then clear over silver for the headlights. And what's nice about the headlights is they're not actually flat plastic. They're curved to resemble actual headlights. If you look really closely, you can't really see it, but they've got detail inside the clear plastic on the headlights. It looks fantastic. But you've got silver for the grille, and again, silver for the trim. From the bottom, you do get a good view of the rubber tires, complete with tread. Nice silver decor on the bottom. You got the working bits, including the exhaust, front axle. Looks fantastic. And it does roll just fine. To put it into flight mode, it's really very simple. Now, a lot of people have complained about doors getting stuck. Let's see if we have a problem. We do, but that's because I didn't put it down properly. The instructions say to push here and here. So let's give that another shot. There we go. For the tail section, you got the switch on the bottom right here. Just push that forward. And that brings up your tail in your booster section. Some people have said they've had to help it out a little bit. I've not had that experience, but if you look closely, you got silver for the thrusters. You got the M.A.S.K bumper sticker there with some additional red tail lights. Exhaust. Looks really good. Now the final step for flight mode is you want to come here and extend these, and you'll hear a click, or you'll feel a click when they're all the way out. There you go. Same on this side. That's how you know they're all the way out. And there we have it in flight mode. So let's take a look at the interior. Looking inside, you've got two different monitors there with some action from Venom and a call from Great White. Looks really good. Seats are actually detailed. It's kind of hard to see, but you've got some definite fabric texture, and the seats are actually soft. They're not a hard rubber, and they do move forward and back, which is really a nice touch. They do have elastic seat belts on both sides. Essentially, the plastic just plugs into the hole there, and for a guy that has sausages like me, it's not the easiest. There we go. Just like that. Coming around to the other side, you do have a seat belt on this side as well. You've got the steering wheel with fully painted dash and instrument panel. You get two red buttons, and don't ever, unless you really want to, press the red buttons. We can now bring in Mads Hawking. Just want to bring his arms up a little bit, bend his hips at the waist, bend the knees, make sure the seat's back, and he will slide in just like that. Do the seat belt if you want, but you can push him forward, and he can actually, if you want to, grab the steering wheel. Tremendous job. So let's talk about the bad. The only thing I can really think of is the mirrors. It is a pain in the butt to keep, especially this side in. This side seems to stay okay, but it's still loose, as you can see. That little bit of ugliness in the plastic here on the doors, but I think they may have done that to add a little bit of strength, since it is a working mechanism. So overall for bad, nothing major, just minor nitpicks, and something with the mirrors that's easily fixed with glue. Let's talk about the positives. Man, the nostalgic feel that comes from this is pretty fantastic. Definitely something that we've been wanting for a while, been asking for, and just hasn't been delivered. So thank you, Ramen Toys, for providing us with something that we've needed for a long time. The paint is fantastic. The detail on the car is amazing. The sculpt work looks fantastic throughout. It's an amazing piece. I know that they received a cease and desist on this, so they're not going to release this particular model anymore. So get it while you can, if you can. They are going to release more, but it's going to come with stickers instead of the tempo. And man, it just looks so good. So if you can find it, I do recommend it. So yes, it looks fantastic. I highly recommend it. Ramen Toys is definitely doing what they want to do and getting products from the 80s out to collectors that haven't been able to see or hold those toys for about 30-40 years. It is awesome. You can find them at ramentoy.com. That's where I picked mine up. I know that some third-party retailers are going to have it in stock. Just don't let them gouge you on the pricing. So, again, a definite recommend for me. It's a beautiful project, and I cannot wait to see what other vehicles and figures they release in this line. I'm hoping for a Rhino. What do you guys think they should do next after Great Wine? Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.